कभी कहीं जब Very good morning to all the viewers of Q News English with me Vijay Rana and along with Deepak from our studios out here in Bangalore. And what do we have today as the headlines, people? First of all, my sincere apologies. Took me some time to come online, but we are here and I'm getting a call or a message as well. It's a WhatsApp message, might be something important, but no, it is not. So Israel-Hamas strike truce. So the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas has come to an halt. There has been an understanding, talks that happened between the leadership of Israel and the terrorist group Hamas, and what were the conditions that were put across by the Hamas, by the terrorist group. So they said we'll be releasing hostages, 50 hostages will be released, and Israel, as a nation, they are standing by every citizen of theirs, owing to which they agreed to stop the bombarding for next 5 days. So let's go through this news and agree to a 4-day, not 5, it's a 4-day ceasefire to allow release of 50 hostages held by militant group. Not a militant group, terrorist group is how I would like to address them, because they are perpetrating terror and they are negotiating. They have taken women and children hostages, and this is not the way a militant group would actually work. So Israel and Hamas have agreed to a temporary 4-day ceasefire allowing the release of 50 hostages. Now, do you really think Israel would stop pounding Gaza once all the hostages are released? What should be, I think day before yesterday we discussed this. If there is ceasefire that happens, or it happened, so now will Israel stop bombarding once all the hostages are released? That's the big question, and Hamas knows the answer. They will come back really strong, and who is going to get hurt might not be the common man, might be as well. There will be collateral damage yet again. And the leadership of Hamas, they are not present in Gaza. They have already evacuated Gaza because they have some friendly allies with countries like Iran, Tehran, and they are residing out there. So let's see. Allowing the release of 50 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza in exchange of 150 Palestinian detainees and the entry of humanitarian aid into the besieged territory. So the two conditions that were put across by Hamas was their, the fighters, or the 150 terrorists were to be released, and along with that there should be aid that should also be provided during these 5 days. So this marks a significant diplomatic breakthrough and a pause in fighting scene. The conflict began on October 7th following the attack by Hamas on Israel. The agreement mediated by Qatar, Egypt and United States. So these are the countries that actually facilitated this agreement. But there are more parties that are getting involved in this. As far as I went through different news articles around this, and also Russia is going to play a major part. So they are going to support one of the terrorist groups or another country that is in favor of Hamas. So they will be providing air defense system. And if that air defense system, so right now what is happening is Hamas, they might be using gliders, they used gliders, hand gliders, and that was the only aerial route that they could take to. But they do not have any technology, or they do not have the arsenal to actually take care of the bombardment that is being done by Israel using their aircrafts or using their jets, fighter jets. In order to counter that, Russia is all set to use one of their mercenary armies to supply, the air defense system. They are willing to give that air defense system to the terrorist groups. And if that happens, then the shelling that you see, the bombarding, or the the aerial route that Israel takes to bombard the city of Gaza, they will face a resistance there as well. And it's there are big countries actually do this, and it's only a state of Gaza. In fact, the terrorist groups, if they get access to this kind of technology, then it will definitely be difficult for Israel. So let's see. The agreement mediated by Qatar, Egypt and United States received approval from Israeli cabinet in 35-3 votes, with ministers from extreme right-wing Otzma Yehudit party voting against. The Israeli government, expressing commitment to return of all abductees, announced that 50 women and children held hostage in Gaza will be released over 4 days. Now 50 women and children will be released. So now imagine what these guys have done, what the people of Hamas, what the terrorists of Hamas, they have captured women and children. And the whole world was raising hue and cry that children are dying in Gaza. What about the Israeli children? Here is the proof. Israeli children and women were captured. Now, how they were tortured out there, the story is yet to. They might not torture them because they were the shields. If Israel gets to know that there are some people, Israelis out there, they will not bombard that building. So that they were using them as shields, and with the possibility of extending the ceasefire for each additional group of 10 hostages released. The deal's implementation is a subject to 24-hour waiting period, allowing the public to appeal in the Supreme Court. The list of 300 Palestinians eligible for release under the agreement has been released by Israel, with the expectation that 150 detainees will be released initially. Qatar, with Hamas headquarters, where Hamas headquarters are located. Now it's Qatar where the headquarters are located for Hamas. So that puts India at a very, very tight spot, because the defense personnel out there, the Navy men of Indian, the decorated officers of Indian Navy are also in Qatar. They are being held captive, not captives. They have been jailed in Qatar. Now, if India questions Qatar, they are housing Hamas, a terrorist group. So, is Qatar going to be the next Pakistan? They are housing terrorists. So, that's something that we need to wait and watch. A list of 300, all right, where Hamas headquarters are located, confirmed the ceasefire agreement and stated that the timing of its commencement would be announced within next 24 hours. The temporary ceasefire, described as humanitarian pause, is set to last for 4 days. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu emphasizing the continuation of war until all goals are achieved, attributed the deal to the pressure exerted by Israeli military campaign. Defense Minister supported Netanyahu, highlighting the significance of Israel's ground offensive, increasing pressure on Hamas for negotiation. The deal faces a challenging decision-making process, acknowledged by War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz, who deemed it difficult but necessary. All right, so that's what is happening as of now, and he has given a commitment that this will not stop. We are just worried about our citizens. We want the ladies and the children to be released first of all as top priority. Then we will see what to do with Hamas. The US welcomed the agreement, with President Joe Biden expressing gratitude to the leaders of Qatar and Egypt for their roles in searching the deal and for their roles in reaching the deal, and recognizing Israel's commitment to supporting an extended pause for its implementation. And on the other hand, what do we have here? We have 4 army men killed in Jammu and Kashmir encounter. So yet again, Pakistan is in picture out here, and we have lost 4 brave hearts from Indian Army. Our condolences, in fact, for their martyrdom. 4 army personnel, including 2 captains, were killed and 2 others were injured during an encounter between security forces and terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir, Rajouri district on Wednesday, officials said. The incident occurred at the Bajimal area of Dharsmal during the cordon and search operation jointly conducted by the army and Jammu and Kashmir police. So there was a search operation that was going on. They might have got a tip off, or they might have located some terrorists in these areas, and they were conducting a search operation, and during that cross-firing happened. The White Knight Corps of Indian Army in a post on Twitter revealed that the specific intelligence had triggered the joint operation in Kalakote area of Gulbarg forest in Rajouri on Sunday. The encounter ensued on November 22nd, marked by an intensive firefight resulting in injuries to the terrorists who were subsequently surrounded. The military operations, characterized by acts of valor and sacrifice, aim to minimize collateral damage. Now that's what Indian Army is known for. They did not want any collateral damage to happen, and they laid down their lives. And adhering to the highest traditions of the Indian Army, the White Knight Corps expressed homage to the supreme sacrifice made by the bravehearts. The ongoing cordon and search operation initiated on Sunday disrupted daily life for local residents who were instructed to stay indoors. The forest area near the village became the focal point of the gunfire, impacting the routines of the villagers, including the education of their children. I'm surprised what will happen if the children would not go to school for a week. Nothing is going to happen, but these terrorists should be taken to task. Indian Army should not actually bother about children not going to school. It's okay if they are residing. And what happened during Corona, all of us were at home. How did they study then? So they do have the infrastructure to study, and somebody who does not have, it's okay if they do not study for a week. We can always, the teachers will also not be there in the school. So it's all right. And the ongoing cordon and search operation initiated on Sunday disrupted daily life. And reports from officials suggested that the trapped terrorists in Bajimal are likely foreign nationals who had been moving. What foreign nationals? Are Pakistanis who had been moving in the area since Sunday, even seeking shelter in a place of worship. So they were seeking shelter in a masjid. The operation has been intensified with the deployment of additional troops. So that is what is happening. So they came from Pakistan seeking shelter out here in masjids which they might not have got probably, and owing to which they moved to forests which is very close by to a populated area. And Indian Army is now conducting operations. And you know what will be the feeling of the army men out there, the men who have been deployed, when they see their officers, getting killed in action? So would they not want to retaliate with full force? And who is going to save these terrorists now? And I would love to read that news out to you. I pray to God nothing should happen to our defense personnel, and I would love to read out the number of terrorists killed out there. These foreign nationals, so to say, or these Pakistanis are to be killed, and I would love to read that news out to each one of you. And it really, it just boils my blood when I see that happening. Okay, and we have Kasi Reddy Vajramma. Welcome to the stream. And we have Immonical Gaming. Welcome Immonical Gaming. Good morning. So very good morning to you as well. Oh, so the thing is, we have only 7 people watching us today. Who are those 7 people? Can you just say hi, hello to me so that I know who you are? So moving on, we have show of strength, and Philippine Air Force FA-50PH jet fighters in the center is joined by Maritime Patrol of Philippines and the United States over. So another aerial exercise, routine exercise being done there along with the United States of America. So basically On one hand we saw China getting into an exercise, a naval exercise along with Pakistan. We saw Bangladesh and India conducting a similar exercise, and now we see Philippines along with United States of America, because Philippines has a trait, they also share their sea borders with China. So China wants to claim that territory and they want to bring it under South China Sea by creating some artificial islands around it. So they will have that 12 nautical miles of area in the sea as well to their credit. And US does not want that. US stands with Philippines on that. The US and Philippines are conducting joint air and maritime patrols in the South China Sea, which come as two countries step up cooperation in the face of growing aggressive Chinese activity in the area. Alright, so that's about the global news, and moving on to the national news, where we have Rahul Gandhi along with I think Gada. He is holding I don't know what you call it in English. So Congress leader Rahul Gandhi said that if his party secures victory in Rajasthan, a comprehensive caste census will be implemented. Addressing the rally held in Dholpur and Bharatpur, Rahul Gandhi critical of a recently introduced Agnipath scheme. So Agnipath scheme is a scheme introduced in the armed forces, wherein you will have to serve the defense forces for a specific period of time and then you can leave. So, and he expressed disappointment, stating that it has dashed the aspirations of countless young individuals aspiring to defend the nation. The Congress, upon reclaiming power in Rajasthan, will prioritize conducting a caste census, and this initiative will extend nationwide once the party assumes power at the center. So his aspirations are clear. They want to form the government this time. So 2024, we will see as to will it be BJP yet again, they will have their third term, or will Congress come to power in the center? That's what the biggest opposition party or the oldest opposition party right now is going to aspire for. And all right, we also had, he also commented on Prime Minister the other day, that was also the talk of the town. The Congress, upon reclaiming power in Rajasthan, will prioritize, all right, we went through that. He affirmed, underscoring the importance of such a census for Dalits and those from backward classes to understand their true numerical representation. Addressing the wealth distribution in the country, Gandhi posed a significant question, saying the big question is how wealth is being distributed in the country today. He also took a swipe at the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, asserting earlier Prime Minister Narendra Modi used to call himself an OBC, but as soon as I demanded a caste census, he started saying there is only one caste in country, the poor. Alright, accusing Modi, industrialist Gautam Adani and Union Home Minister Amit Shah of exploiting the public, Gandhi claimed PM Modi diverts attention, Gautam Adani picks people's pockets, and Amit Shah wields the lathi. So that's how he actually expressed everything. And tunnel rescue enters the final leg, hopes are high. Ambulances put on standby and doctors were summoned to the disaster site. So today, we hope that all the workers who were trapped, the 41 workers who were trapped in Uttarakhand, and they will get out of the tunnel today, and ambulances have been called. So ambulances were on standby and medical professionals were urgently summoned to the site as collaborative initiatives involving multiple agencies neared success in rescuing 41 men trapped within the Silkyara tunnel on Wednesday. So that's a lot of efforts, a lot of teams have been deployed in order to save these 41 lives. So even for India, like the way we saw in Israel, their citizens are, top priority for them. They are ready to pause their attack on a terrorist group to save their citizens, and so is India. Here it is not a terrorist attack but a natural calamity or a tragedy that happened, but still Indian government did not leave any stone unturned. So kudos to the government prevailing in Uttarakhand, and they did everything possible to save these 41 workers out there. India resumes e-visas for Canadians. So owing to the comment in the Parliament of Canada, wherein their Prime Minister said that India is behind the killing of a terrorist called Niger on Canadian soil. So he blamed India in the Parliament of theirs, owing to which India responded heavily, and they suspended the visas for Canadians. Now they have resumed e-visas for them. That's what the news is about. And what do we have here from Bhagwant Mann? My request to the farmer unions is do not turn common people against you by blocking roads over every issue. For holding talks with the government, there is Punjab Bhavan and Chandigarh. In Chandigarh, the Secretariat, the office of the Agriculture Minister, and my office and residence, but not the roads. Now he is appealing to the farmers that they are taking to the roads. Who actually took to roads when it was about the farmer protest? Was there not offices in Delhi? We did have the offices of government officials in Delhi, but you blocked the entrance. You were the one who supported them wholeheartedly. Now if they are turning against you, you have a problem. You are inviting them to your house. Why you did not approach the Prime Minister or the any minister out there, or the Agriculture Minister, in regards to these policies? So what now you are getting a taste of your own medicine, and you are saying, I request the farmer unions not to turn common people against you. What about the discomfort that was caused to the residents of Delhi or Uttar Pradesh, NCR region, where you protested and you disrupted life for common people for weeks together? All the routes were diverted, people could not reach offices. What about their discomfort? So is it only the comfort of Punjab that you are bothered about? Why not Delhi? Alright, so we have the RBI governor says we are living in highly uncertain times in an interconnected world. New risks are emerging from time to time. New sources of risks are also coming up in such a scenario. Building further on resilience would be the best insurance against shocks and uncertainties. And also we have a comment here from Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi, who says Rajasthan is the land of those who sacrifice their lives for the respect of women power. But the last 5 years became the most unsafe years for women power in Rajasthan. Therefore, today the women of Rajasthan have resolved to uproot this Congress government. And moving on to the second page, Modi calls for global regulations for AI. So he's referring to the artificial intelligence, wherein I also have an example of that. I have myself, one of my friends who's technically very sound, and he also owns a company, an IT software development company. He sent me something yesterday which I would love to share with all of you. This is how I would look like. He did this with me. I'll just play this for all of you, and this is how I would sound.
गाजा के सबसे बड़े अस्पताल के चारों ओर लड़ाई ने कई लोगों को फंसा दिया है। स्वास्थ्य अधिकारियों और गाजा के सबसे बड़े अस्पताल में फंसे लोगों ने इस्राएल के दावों को नकारात्मक ही किया है। कहते हैं कि यह
Yeah, I can actually share it. So he has actually, I'm speaking, it is my voice. He has cloned my voice, my gestures, and everything has been cloned brilliantly. So let me just send it to our very own Deepak. Thank you so much, Deepak, for accommodating every request. So, and how it works, how it looks like, we'll just get to know. We have Abhishek joining us along with Satyavardhan Reddy, and Devendra is here along with Naveen Kota, who says, boy ped babool ka aam kahan se paaye. So what you sow is what you reap. That's what it means it translates to in English. So, and this is how I would look like, this is how AI works. So the lip sync, etc., everything, it's not actually, it's a virtual me who's talking to you in my voice. So yeah, I have it in various languages also. How would I speak in Tamil, or that he also did that in different languages. He sent these clippings to me, how I would sound in different languages. So that is what this is all about. So let me just share that as well. So I have these clips. I'll share these two and let's see. And do you want me to talk to him and explain to us what are the repercussions? I can get him online and we can actually talk about what exactly is this technology. I could not understand anything, but I was speaking, I made some people listen to it. They said it's the purest form of Tamil, like the purest dialect that you can get. So that's how the AI works, and that is what good morning says Chandrasekhar. So, all right. So that is what it is happening out there. Modi calls for global regulations for artificial intelligence and addressing concerns about the dangers of deep fake technology. Modi underscored the need to address these challenges collectively. And yes, it can, on one hand, it will be beneficial. You will be able to listen to news in your own language. And the same host, not only me, you might have some other favorite hosts also. So I just need to, I don't need, in fact, it's virtual me who will be present everywhere. So that makes life so much easy. But then it's not about reading the news. There is also a feel to it. You connect with your host on a humanitarian basis. News, you all know, all the subscribers, all the viewers right now who are here with us, be it Emonical Gaming, be it Kasi Reddy Vajramma, you might not understand everything that I say, but there is a connect between you and me. We have become a family. So that cannot happen, that's one of the loopholes of artificial intelligence. So that human factor will always be unique. इंसान से इंसान का वो रिश्ता कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी तोड़ नहीं सकती. So the way we are connected, Naveen Kota is connected with us, Devendra is there, Abhishek, Emonical Gaming. So this whatever technology you bring on, it will never be able to replace human emotions and the bonding that exists between us. And Nitesh says cabinet backs special status for Bihar. So Bihar has been demanding, after the caste census, Bihar has been demanding a special status to be given to the state of Bihar, and they have been demanding this since 2010. So let's see. And we have religion. India is a land of festivals and holidays as well. Devotees light earthen lamps during Kalindi Mahotsav celebration on the banks of Yamuna River in Prayagraj on Wednesday. And Modi will be visiting Karimnagar on November the 27th. And India will take on Australia in T20s today. And will India want to, would India be avenging the loss of the World Cup. Delhi land scam, Atishi submits reports to Kejriwal. And National Highway authorities, Dwarka E-way, when it was being constructed, there is supposedly a land scam, that happened out there. And moving on to the other newspaper that we have today, Deccan Chronicle. Now we have the advertisement from Congress wherein they are banking on Raitu Bharosa and Cheyuta. Rupees 4,000 monthly pension, and Raitu Bharosa will be providing every year 15,000 rupees per acre for farmers, tenant farmers rupees 12,000, and bonus of rupees 500 for the paddy crop. And Priyanka slams Modi for not visiting Manipur. So there was a lot of disturbance out there in Manipur owing to the clashes between two ethnic groups, the Kukis and the Metis. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi did not visit Manipur, but Amit Shah was definitely there. But what was the outcome is something that is questionable. They should have actually, Priyanka madam should have questioned Amit Shah as to, you went there, what was the outcome? What was the net result of your visit? Why the problem still exists? Why it has not been resolved? So that is the big question. And at the first place, why was the problem not addressed when it was, why it was not nipped in the bud? Because it was in the hands of the government. It all started with a protest for the scheduled tribe status by the Methi community, and few other factors culminated to give it the shape that it has emerged to be in today. And Kharge says no one can stop Congress victory Congress victory march in Telangana. So he is also very confident, and along with him TPCC President Revanth Reddy addresses the Congress Vijay Bahari Yatra in Balanagar in Hyderabad on Wednesday. So both of them are really confident of winning the elections this time. But will BJP play a major role? That's what I would like to see. As in, when the temperature rises, we are nearing the, in fact the counting will be really interesting. This time the elections are going to be very, very interesting in the state of Telangana, because all the parties, be it BRS, be it Congress, be it BJP, they all have launched their campaigns, and their senior leaders, they have all come up with their teams, and a lot of hard work being put out there to woo, a lot of campaigning being done, and a lot of promises also. And what is the level of those promises? We have Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Congress sidelines anyone who speaks the truth, says Modi in Rajasthan. He is addressing a rally in Rajasthan, a public meeting ahead of Rajasthan Assembly elections, wherein he said, he discussed Sachin Pilot and his father. He says, addressing a public meeting in Kotri of Bhilwara district, Modi accused the Congress of punishing its leader Sachin Pilot after meting out the harsh treatment to his late father Rajesh Pilot. He said, whoever said or spoke anything in front of Congress family is as good as finished. Rajesh Pilot ji had once challenged this Congress family for good, but his family is such that after punishing Rajesh ji, they are bent upon punishing his son also, Modi said while addressing a rally in Kotri. So a lot of words being exchanged, and army says Manipur riots will end if arms are seized. Yes, there was a garrison that was looted, not a garrison, an armory that was looted in the month of May, I believe. So owing to which the Eastern Command Chief of the Indian Army, Lieutenant General Rana Pratap Kalita, has said that ongoing violence and unrest in trouble-torn Manipur needs a political solution. Absolutely right. It needs a political solution. That's what Congress should be asking from BJP, rather than calling out names for them or saying why he did not visit Manipur. Visiting Manipur will not resolve the issue, but what is the solution? What solution did BJP propose? I could not see any solution being proposed other than increasing the number of defense forces, the count of defense personnel out there. Other than that, what have you done to resolve the core issue? What talks are being held? We would like to know. We have the right to question the government. You are the biggest opposition party. That's what Congress stands for. You are the opposition party. You stand with us. Whenever there is, any question or any situation like this, you need to ask questions and as to what is the resolution that the government is proposing. So, Lieutenant General Kalita also asserted that the violence will not stop unless around 4,000 weapons which were looted from the security forces are recovered from the common people. He said that the Indian Army's initial aim was to carry out rescue and relief operations for the people who were displaced from their houses and then contain the violence, which they have been largely successful at. So really, a good comment coming in there. Nice observation, and a political solution needs to be there. So Akbar not allowed to end talk, says Asaduddin Owaisi. So amongst all the major parties, we also have MIM, AIMIM, All India AIMIM, Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin. That's the name of, that's the full form of AIMIM. The All India Majlis-Ittihadul Muslimin Supremo and Hyderabad MP Asaduddin Owaisi came out in strong support of his brother and Chandrayan Gutta MLA Akbaruddin Owaisi outburst against the police, who he said tried to wrap up Akbar's meeting 5 minutes before the deadline. So the whole issue revolves around winding up a meeting 5 minutes earlier than the scheduled time. You know what? On the provocative language used by the younger Owaisi against police, Asaduddin justified it by saying even police were aggressive. So if the police was aggressive, he was more aggressive than the police as well, and which is being justified. If the police is aggressive, we will also be aggressive. Meet the Press program organized by the Telangana Union of Working Journalists at Bashirbagh Press Club here on Wednesday. He said, for a politician, it is very essential to make effective opening as well as closing remarks. We have time till 10 p.m. but police forced a pre-closure, depriving the opportunity to Akbaruddin to make closing remarks. So that's how important his closing remarks were. And Khalistan link, NIA raids 14 locations in Punjab and Haryana. What is NIA doing here? Anybody who is linked to this Khalistan, so-called Khalistan movement, they are now being questioned. Their properties are being seized. So if you conduct or if you indulge in any operations which are anti-India, you are going to face the consequences. Message is loud and clear. BRS BJP have no mention of crop loan waiver. Congress promises rupees 2 lakhs waiver and 1 crore votes. Farmers wooed with aid and free SOPs. So as we said, all the parties are campaigning really strong in Telangana this time, owing to which BRS is banking on Raitu Bandhu, Raitu Bima and 24 hours free power amongst other schemes. Congress is relying heavily on its Chhattisgarh model of governance, under which financial aid on the lines of BRS Raitu Bandhu is extended to farmers. And BJP is highlighting the PM Kisan scheme and the fertilizer subsidies implemented by the centre. And Revant Reddy challenges KCR on Congress win. After BRS K. Chandrasekhar Rao declared in Kodangal on Wednesday that the TPCC chief A. Revant Reddy would not become the next chief minister and the Congress would not secure more than 20 seats, Revant Reddy hit back at Rao, saying he was ready to face any punishment if the Congress get even 1 seat less than 80. So that's the level of confidence Revant Reddy has. Must applaud must applaud that. That is really very confident statement out there, that he is ready to face any punishment if Congress gets even one seat less than 80, and if they get even 10 seats less than 80, they'll still be forming the government. Okay, so I think Revant hits back, assures at least 80 seats for Congress. That's being discussed out here in detail. And we have Mallikarjun Kharge also. AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge, flanked by party and Huzurnagar candidate Uttam Kumar Reddy, and speaks at a public meeting in Nalagonda. So he was at Nalagonda as well. So that's the campaign that is happening. And what do we have here? Congress candidate Dr. C. Rohan Reddy takes out a bike rally during his campaign at Ambarpet on Wednesday. So this all is happening. Look at the youth join Rohan Reddy's bike rally in Ambarpet, and Akbaruddin faces hate speech cases yet again. Prior to this also, he has been accused of hate speeches, wherein I remember, I was not in media back then, but I still remember his video wherein he said, 15 minute ke liye police hata do, fir dekho kya karte hain. So that's, he's the same Akbaruddin Owaisi, and yet again he's facing a hate speech case. Alright, so with that, people, I would like to call it a day. And we have, whom do we have? Naveen Kota, more poppy fields destroyed recently, so more noise comes from Manipur. Yes, so there were people who came in from Myanmar, and they started getting indulged in a lot of drugs were being traded, and poppy was also being cultivated. That was also one of the reasons behind this entire unrest that happened. And Shubhra says, super news. Welcome, Shubhra. Very good morning to you. And Paul says, good morning, sir. Very good morning, Paul. And we have KS Raj wishing us all a good morning. And Uday Kumar says, hi, sir. Continue this session daily, and thank you. Sure, Uday, we will definitely continue. I come every day online. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Like, share and subscribe. Yes, now I'm getting familiar to the trends on YouTube, and I'll be urging all of you yet again, time and again, to like, share and subscribe. And Satyavardhan Reddy says, excellent analysis. Thank you so much, Satyavardhan. I would like to bring in more, as the time progresses. So with that, at that note, people, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. And I will be looking forward to meeting you a little bit early tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is Vijay Rana signing off. Jai Hind.